Rose says, I'm afraid a local government would end up being a good old boys club. This is a really good comment, Ro. I really appreciate it. I've got a whole bunch of thoughts. I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, well,
because I got thoughts.
First of all, let me just say that we, as much as we are passionate about becoming a city, we are not going to run the city.
Yeah.
There will be elections, and you will choose your neighbors or whoever is running that is a resident here. And one thing that we would like to do after elections, during the running of our city, is to keep an eye on those people that are in those jobs, to try to make sure that there is no corruption.
No, that's it.
And the city charter has some very good checks and balances in there.
Yes, and putting that into practice. So I love this comment, and you said it really, really well. This was one of the reasons why I felt like we needed a long-term effort, like you talked about, and to get involved in a lot of other things besides just incorporation. It's fine if we believe that's a good thing for the future. We need to prove to the folks who we are, that we care, that we love this place, and not just say it, not just talk, but actually act and do that. This is how I started getting involved in the water system, right? Is I started learning from business owners, small business owners, local folks as well, who would say exactly what Ro was saying, is that I'm afraid you create this, Wes, and it's going to be out of control. It's going to be this monstrosity that doesn't have any value, and these good old boys get in there, meaning people that are corrupt and just taking money for themselves, and now it sucks. Now it's just terrible, and I hate it, and it was a waste, right? It's very good thought, very good criticism. We need to think about that. And I was like, we need to challenge the old boys club early and often and let them know we need business. We need to be able to show that we can take on corruption.
Right.
Enter Dallas PV and the water system, because that's what people kept telling me.
Yeah.
I was like, so what is it? You know, I would hear this comment a couple of years ago. What do they mean by the good old boys club? What is that for real? And they would say, oh my gosh, the water system. You got to look at the water system, because that's been a whole bunch of corruption in terms of its management.
Right.
I was like, really? Let's look into it. We look into it. Sure enough, the CEO is an international criminal, con man who's skimming all kinds of money, doing contracts, right, without any bids, doing it without the board's approval, hundreds of thousands, no oversight. And then I start asking employees, and they say, absolutely, it's a mess over there, right? And so we took that CEO on, we outed his history, provided that to the media, and then held the board accountable, and they kicked him out. Right. And so we fired a shot across the bow to the old boys club, if you will, Ro, to say, listen, preservative water means business. Yes, we want to be here to help charities. We want to be here to help locals. We want to be resident focused. But sometimes the residents need to be defended when their money's being stolen for purposes that aren't what it was given for.
Right.
And that's where we took that challenge. So, Ro, that's something that I want to be a part of. Nancy wants to be a part of. Our group wants to be a part of as a watchdog to make sure that our community is taken care of. And the same thing with the city, is we want to be involved in this going forward. So if you're concerned about that and you want to be part of the answer, join. Jump in, because we're all about that. And we're not waiting for a city to happen before we start standing up for what's right. We've been doing that from the beginning.
Right.
So love that comment. Really appreciate it, Ro. It's definitely near and dear to my heart. Allison, we got one more. So let me drag this on here. Okay. I think she was kind of responding to Rose as well. She said, that is a valid fear. I feel like closer to home, we can get faster results and have more control of our area, and oust someone faster and easier should it come to that. Over 20 years here, and I am ready to embrace it. Proud Republican here. Allison's comment makes me think about Benjamin Franklin. It was like when they made the Constitution, the people asked Benjamin Franklin, what have you given us? And he said, a republic if you can keep it, right? Meaning the most important part of this is you. It will only continue to exist if the people keep it. And so at the end of the day, the best answer to this is mobilizing citizens and getting them involved to care.
Yes.
Right? That's the founding value of our group, is we have to be the type of people that can mobilize folks and say, here's what's going on in your area. You have to care. And for that, we need a dedicated team of people who do care.
Right.
And that's again, what we agree on. There's the nonpartisan thing coming out is, regardless of what party you're from, love of your community can span anyone. If we can agree on that, we can build a team that can preserve and advocate for our needs.
Right.